With many Philadelphia public schools shutting down, and some of them on the verge of being shut down, the question becomes, why are they shutting down? And furthermore, what can be done to prevent future schools from being shut down before it's too late? AV reporter Samuel Botwinick went to Upper Darby to speak with a former Philadelphia public school teacher about whether the situation is fixable, and if so, what the solution is going to be.
For many years, schools like Overbrook have been disregarded as not being serious enough to compete at a high school level academically, and therefore they suffered from a lack of funds that is on the verge of doing them in. This crisis led to the overcrowding of classrooms in schools like South Philadelphia High School and Roxborough High School, having to merge with Bach Technical High School and Germantown High School, respectively. Overbrook could be next on the chopping block. I went to Philip Boschman's house, a former teacher at Overbrook High School who now teaches law for Harkin College, to gain some insight into the situation. How do you think this would affect schools that are performing poorly, like Overbrook?
It may have some deleterious effect, but generally speaking, there are such bigger problems than some incidental thing like this. I don't really see this as having great impact, nor if they hadn't done this way, the school would have been that much better anyway. I mean, you're talking about huge systemic institutional problems that really these incidental things that occur, it seems, every year or two have really relatively little impact. They're just a distraction from the bigger problems that I think really have been plaguing the school for as long as I've ever been there, and that's more than 40 years.
Do you think that this gives them a better incentive to shut down schools that are underperforming, like Overbrook?
I'm not certain whether they want to shut down schools like Overbrook. They use schools like Overbrook as warehouses for kids who they don't know what to deal with, and basically you've got certain elite schools in Philadelphia that are better than the regular schools like Overbrook, schools like Masterman, Girls, Central, and some of the charter schools. There's an amazing number of really excellent students at a school like Overbrook, and I think that is one of the things that we proved at Overbrook for years and years with our mock trial team, which you were looking at earlier, with that picture of it. Overbrook has been easily the strongest team in Philadelphia and the strongest team in the state of Pennsylvania in terms of this intellectual competition. So, and this is with just nothing but what is left over from all the other schools dumped into Overbrook. So I think it really speaks a great deal to something that I think is very important, is that there are a lot of kids there that do not have an opportunity like that mock trial team to escape.
Since Boschman has left and the principal has left, the school has taken a turn for the worse. Boschman hopes that someone will intervene like he did 30 years ago and take matters into his own hands to rescue the school, put it back on the map. This is Samuel Botwinick from AV News in Upper Darby.